Secrets in Scarlet is Book 2 of the Rookery Rogues Quartet by Erica Monroe, but it can be read as a standalone historical romance. It is packed with mature scenes. Lita, are you sure this is the book you ordered? Secrets in Scarlet is an anthology of 9 related stories set in Fantasy Flight Games' Arkham Horror universe. Why not join us for a closer look? A key feature of this book, and possibly the reason you are here, is that the stories within tie into the Scarlet Keys campaign product for Arkham Horror the card game. Interestingly, the US release date of this book was before the debut of the campaign, and the UK release date is coming on the 5th of January 2023, after the campaign is released here. Well, allegedly. Apparently it's stuck on a boat. Anyway, we'll circle back to that topic later. This is a 352-page volume containing 9 new stories that is available in physical paperback, ebook, including Kindle, and audiobook. At the moment, it is only available in English. If you want your own preview, then stroll along to the Aconite Books website and locate the Secrets in Scarlet page. Scroll down and click on the terribly clickbaity Read for Free Now. Now click on the book cover and voila! You can actually read the book for free, or what they claim is 26 pages. The controls along the bottom allow you to zoom in, increase the brightness, or switch to single page view, which basically just shifts the double page spread to the left or the right, allowing you to zoom in better. But well done Aconite for helping out those without 20/20 vision. You can also download this sample as a PDF to read later. This freebie is undoubtedly better than having just the blurb on the back to go on, and equates to 21 pages of the first story, The Man in the Bubble by David Annandale. See if it hooks you. If you are feeling a little Scrooge-like and demand a larger free sample, then find the book on Amazon and click on Look Inside to get a massive 37-page teaser. This is also from the opening story. You can listen to 5 minutes of the audiobook totally out of context, which you could get for free as part of your Amazon Audiobubble thingamabob. Don't reach out and sponsor us, will you? Blatant mega corporations! And you can probably find it on other places like audiobooks.com. Anyway, the reader isn't someone we have heard of, so don't be expecting Judi Dench level thespianism, but if you are too lazy to read this yourself, then beggars can't be choosers.
Warehouse that marked the center of the blast. The police had cordoned off the area, and the fire trucks were in attendance, looking a bit forlorn in the absence of conflagration.
And she sounds a darn sight better than our narrator. What? Oh, that's just rude. Listen, this here talking into the wireless ain't as easy as you think it is. The back of the book is a suitably pulp adventure style hook to lure you in with the mentions of secret societies, paranormal forces, and eldritch horrors. Sounds right up your alley, doesn't it? And it promises 9 new stories of arcane mystery, chilling revelations, and unearthly discoveries. So maybe don't read it just before bed, or watch your cheese intake at least. There are the names of the 9 authors, some of which will be new to Aconite, and others who aren't, like David Annandale, who wrote In the Coils of the Labyrinth, contributed to The Devourer Below, as well as books for Marvel and Legend of the Five Rings. Plus Davide Mana, who also has a story in The Devourer Below, as well as a Descent book. As well as Josh Reynolds, who wrote the first of the Aconite Arkham Horror books, Wrath of Nakai. We've got a video about that! And the follow-up to that, which sees the return of the Countess Alessandra Zori, is called The Shadows of Panath, and will be with us in 2023. There is also newcomer MJ Newman, who, according to the Aconite website, hasn't written anything. Although we know better, don't we? These authors are quite the international cast, hailing from Italy, Austria, America, Canada, and Utah, wherever that is. This diverse perspective is definitely what you want if your stories are set all over the globe. Many of the descriptions of different places and peoples in the book do feel extremely authentic, so the writers have either travelled well or are meticulous researchers. Better than that, the authors were given access to the full campaign while it was in development and worked closely with the design team to ensure one cohesive storyline. Incidentally, if you want to hear more from the authors, several of them appeared on the Drawn to the Flame podcast, episode 271, which we really enjoyed listening to. No personal opinions! Also on the rear of the book are the Aconite and Fantasy Flight logos, so we are expecting plenty of adverts for other products within. There are 2 tiny thumbnails for other books which are too small to read. Something by a chap called David Arndale Center on the left and Early Grimdark on the right. Sounds like a 40k book. There is the ISBN number if you want to order this from your local brick and mortar bookstore like the virtuous saint you are. And the recommended retail prices, including £9.99 English pence. Wait a minute. Amazon claims this is £12.48 English pence. You mean they allegedly claim the retail price is higher than it is in order to convince customers they are saving more money than is really the case? Blend megacorporations! The background and the spine are suitably scarlet coloured, and there is the official Arkham Horror logo, the title, and the first appearance of the editor, who also appears on the front of the book. Is this because you can't fit 9 authors on the front, or do editors of anthologies deserve special recognition because wrangling even one creative type is super hard work, let alone 9? Isn't that cover fabulous? Let's save it till last then. Opening it up. Wait, spoilers! Oh right, if you want to know nothing about the Scarlet Keys campaign for Arkham Horror the card game, then you have probably made a terrible mistake watching this video, as we have doubtless spoiled too much for you already, and you should watch something about sleeves or whatever instead. Quit telling people to stop watching the videos! Anyway, this is a universal paperback size and format, with no lovely French flap as found on the early Aconite Arkham Horror printings. It is 352 pages of that absorbent newsprint style paper, so don't take it into the bath with you. The ink has good contrast, and it is a clear serif typeface with a point size thankfully larger than the game text you may be used to. Oh, put me down! The cover is a thin waxed card that will cope with a modest amount of sweaty palms. Inside the front cover is unprinted, and there are no blank flyleafs or end papers, just straight into a different version of the text on the rear. That gives away both the protagonist and antagonist of the Scarlet Keys storyline, so we should probably blur that or something. Over the page is the obligatory list of other Arkham Horror books, which currently numbers 8 original works and 2 collections of the previous published novellas, not counting this one. Then there is a bland title page, the usual legal mumbo-jumbo, and a contents list, which you are going to need because the headers on each page don't tell you what chapter you are reading but remind you the name of the book, like you're going to forget mid-paragraph, and also say Arkham Horror about 178 times. Maybe this is some form of subliminal messaging they're using to try and make you involuntarily purchase the board game. You could have had the name of the story, the name of the author, or as some of these stories are subdivided into chapters, you could have had those on the top. This being an Asmodee product, they could even have snuck in an advert for a future product. Like this board game I have literally just purchased for no logical reason. Come on, Gascoigne, sort it out. No personal opinions! He's not going to watch some tin pot YouTube video. He's watching England lose the World Cup. Speaking of chapters, we want to commend Stephen Philip Jones, who titles his chapters Who, What, When, Where, etc., which is neat. Also Davide Marner, whose chapter names are suitably thematic. There are no title pages for each chapter and a lack of blank pages. One story will often just run into another, so you need to use the contents page to navigate if you don't want to be needlessly flicking backwards and forwards. Later, I've just spent 300 quid on eBay to get this original 1980s edition of Arkham Horror, and I've no idea why. After the stories are 4 pages of author bios and websites and social media. It's a good way to see who likes talking about themselves and who believes less is more. And then we hope you are sitting down a mere single page advert. This has to be the Aconite book with the least advertising in it. Not that advertising works on us, the cynical, jaded gamers that we are. Lita, I've just bought 2 brand new copies of Mansions of Madness. These are like £100 each, and I don't know what happened. I just saw the little Arkham Horror logo and I blacked out. Okay, silliness aside, let's close out by returning to the front cover, which is absolutely amazing. Through the power of some mind wiping, let's get rid of that thematic looking text and get a closer look at the beautiful art. We have 5 members of the Red Coterie, and if you don't know their names, they are, from left to right, Carmen Santiago, Cravat Man, Skibbity-bidi-bub-bub-bub, Sunburnt Hands, It's Raining Again, and Hair Today Gone Tomorrow. They have gathered for their annual game of Cluedo. See, they have the candlestick, the dagger, the poison, the boiled sweet, and the sextant. This is a special edition nautical themed Cluedo from the 70s, so you won't have heard of it. Actually, while researching this video, we discovered there was a Cluedo Kids TV series. How did we not know about this? Ah! Anyway, you can see the shadows of 2 other Coterie members in the foreground and the map from the Scarlet Keys campaign, or any other world map from the last 100 years or so. And who recognises those occult symbols, eh? That's right, they are tokens from this brand new game we have literally no memory of purchasing. Anyway, this fantastic piece, like most of the Aconite covers, was done by homegrown talent Daniel Strange. Definitely visit his website, Think Strange, and see what an amazing collection of diverse illustrations he has done. You must check out his film director Cluedo cards, where you too can discover the murderer was actually Edgar Wright in the Winchester with the cricket bat. Amazing! Physically, that is what you get for your money, warts and all. The question you need to ask yourself before reading, not before purchasing, you should definitely go out and buy this thing right now, and we don't get a penny for telling you that. But after you buy this, you need to think very carefully if you want to read it before playing the Scarlet Keys card game expansion or after. Do you like to play blind and learn everything as you play? Then absolutely play the game first. Do you want to be super immersed in the setting and know all the background to help the world come alive when you play? Then maybe read the stories first. No personal opinions! Maybe the ideal and tricky thing to do is to play the prologue of the game, read the interlude, and then you can dive into the stories before your next game session. Or read one story and play one scenario if you want to try and combine the two. If we were allowed to give opinions on this channel, we would play the campaign blind without knowing any background. Then read this book and replay the campaign having a better understanding of the background that shaped all of the players at work within the storyline. But we're just people on the internet, and you should make up your own mind. Thanks for watching, everyone. You don't have to like and subscribe and all that nonsense if you don't want to. But if you share this video, then other people might get some good advice about this book.